What's the most fun you can have with $20? 1. If you live near Dallas, take your $20 to the Bishop Cidercade. Open from 10 a.m. to midnight. $10 gets you in the door, all the games are free, and you have $10 left for cider, with 24 taps. 2. Work in a cider taproom. Confirmed, come in on a slow weekday. Cider, beer, sausage and Super Nintendo can be had for $20. Be nice and you'll get the 30% industry discount. 3. Was gonna go out to town with the boys one night, ended up just going to the supermarket to grab a couple of crates and a pizza each. Between us we just ended up paying $20 each for what we got and had a great time just bantering at the mate's house and played some video games in peace instead of having to trudge through town in the rain. It was a good night. 4. Get 2,000 pennies in a bowl, and chuck them all into one of those wish fountains. 5. Good chance at least one of those wishes comes true if you live to 75. 6. What if your wish was for 2,000 pennies? 7. I'd shoot for 2 billion pennies in a Scrooge McDuck-type swimming pool, or perhaps something reminiscent of the Krabby Patty vault. 8. Pennies go straight to your thighs, you know. 9. Personally, going to the small independent movie house is pretty fun. Tickets are cheaper than the Cineplex and there's a cafe next door that the movie house allows you to bring in food from. The few times I get off work early, I like to make an afternoon of it and go grab a late lunch or early dinner and bring it in to watch a nice movie. Since they show mostly indie movies, the afternoons are pretty empty. That combination tends to make me feel more relaxed than going to the Cineplex at night where it's always jam-packed with people who talk at the screen too much. 10. Go into Dollar Tree, feel like a king. 11. Holy shit. That's actually a dope idea. 5. Containers for leftovers, 2 boxes of movie theater candy, a bag of decorative marbles, a box of crayons and a coloring book, a lip gloss, a pregnancy test, and a Thanksgiving turkey yard decoration. 12. If it was 7-year-old me, then there'd be 20 bags of marbles just to flex on my siblings. 13. Too bad dollar store marbles all look the same. Sort of takes the fun out of playing marbles. 14. Lol, let's be honest, who the fuck ever actually played marbles? I mean the actual game with rules. Obviously everyone had marbles, I had a fucking shit ton, but fuck me if I knew the rules to any actual game. I just made a mess with them or kept them in their sack. 15. Really? We absolutely played the game in primary school. Find a reasonably flat surface, place a handful of marbles in the center, then take turns trying to bowl them out of bounds. Any marble you knock out, you get to keep. You had to put the bowling marble on the edge of the circle then flick it, so deciding whether to use a large one, left your fingernail bruised after a few rounds, or a small one, barely budged the marbles in the center, was a big deal. Of course, ring is a generous word for whatever approximately flat space we could claim. Games had to be quick too, both because teachers came down hard on the keeps games and because we had to go home, to class, run away from the catch and kiss boy, etc. That was in the 90s. I'd feel old, but my niece and nephew play with Ushis and it's surprisingly similar. 16. My primary school had Marbles Month in March. You were only allowed to play marbles during March, but everyone played for keeps, and the big marbles and the pretty marbles were like gold. I'm pretty sure that restricting marbles to March was the only reason anybody played marbles at all. 17. Make that 2 pregnancy tests and it's a deal. 18. 1 for me and 1 for the turkey. 19. You can get 18 tilde items for less than $20. Hell yeah. 20. Come to Oregon, you get 20 items for $20 cause no sales tax. Unless you get a bottled drink, then you better have a few dimes for container deposits. 21. Chuck E. Cheese and their 1 token per game policy. 22. These days it's a play card where you can buy 30 minutes of unlimited gameplay for $10. Boy do I feel old. 23. Oof. In Vegas about Jesus, a decade ago, there was a place called GameWorks. $20 got you a card that played all the games for like 6 hours infinitely, no games with prizes though, because yeah duh. Was fucking amazing, best arcade experience I had in my entire life. Honestly, did the entire tourist bullshit thing in Vegas, and probably my favorite thing was that bloody arcade. 24 I went there in my city every year for my birthday. One year, my sisters surprised me at GameWorks for my birthday by coming home from college. That was the same night my mom surprised us by telling us she had cancer. GameWorks closed later that year. What a fucking roller coaster. My mom lived, by the way. 25 Your mom told you she had cancer on your birthday. 26 I mean, my sisters were in for just a couple of days and she waited until 12:01 a.m. to tell us, so. Yeah, not the best planning, but you can't really expect too much tact when dropping cancer on your family. It was aggressive enough that her doctor was planning to amputate her arm in 5 days, and one of my sisters used her contacts in the medical field to find an alternative solution. In the end, my mom only lost one tricep. All's well that ends well? 27 Having most of an arm is way better than no arm. 28 I dunno, at some point I'd probably prefer one of those kick-ass cybernetic arms over a severely limited and possibly painful biological one. 29 Surprise. 30 I fucking love GameWorks, I used to go there to play TF2 when my PC stopped working. Leave a like if you liked the video, also subscribe for more of the best new AskReddit stories. Thanks for watching.